We're here at Nature's Choice Farm in St. Joe, Missouri. It's obviously berry season. We need to protect our berries from the birds that damage them. We're going to use flyaway Birdies humming line to protect the berries. We'll show you how to do some installation on that. Installation is really critical to the proper use of the product. Our tools include some bamboo stakes. We're using them on our trellises here that we see behind us. We also have a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers with cutoff on the side. We have some electrical tie tapes, zip tapes as you call them. Can be bought at any hardware store. And we have a pair of scissors to cut the bird line when necessary for installation. We also have about a 4-foot ladder that we'll be using as we have our trellis posts here that we'll put the bamboo stakes on. Every installation will be a little bit different. This is an example. For more details, you can check our website. We're using 36-inch bamboo stakes, about a 1/2 inch in diameter. That seems to be adequate. You need to have a newish product, new in the sense that it's not old or aged or rotten. They will break under pressure. We're going to put this up on our trellis about 18 to 20 inches above the top of the canopy. We have a piece of duct tape here that we're going to use to secure this in place while we make our final installation of the line. We have these black zip ties that are very simple to use. We just put those around the bamboo and the pole. We pull it tight, and we use a pair of needle nose pliers with side cutters. We just pull that tight, and then we can cut it off with the side. We put one on the bottom the same way. Keep in mind the duct tape just holds it in place while we're doing this installation. You pull it tight. And cut it off. There is a zip line tool available for anywhere from $6 to $15 that does the same job for us. If you don't have that available, you can just use the needle nose pliers. We're now ready to put the installation of our second pole up. Distance between the uprights in line is very important. The product has a very high efficiency sound making capacity, anywhere from 4 feet between uprights to as much as 30 is what we are here. We're finding that the industry usage is probably about 20 to 25 feet between installations. Each one of these upright installations acts as a sound chamber that generates sound from the moving line. It only takes a slight breeze to create the first sound, and it will howl and scream when you get up to 15 or 20 mile-an-hour winds. We're actually clearing the berries away from the line attachment. This is called a rotating trellis arm system. This is our second upright. We're going to make this installation with the zip tie line using the zip tool. Once again, we put the duct tape on to secure it in place while we're mounting the actual zip ties around the bamboo. Pull that tight by hand. We take the little zip tool. It's a very simple installation. Push it into the end and pump the handle till it's tight. Pull and twist. Very simple. The second one goes on the same way. Our rows are 400 feet long. We have 15 uprights per row. It takes about 30 minutes to install the bamboo line. Okay. We're here with our roll of flyaway Birdies humming line. It's a 325-yard roll. We've got a screwdriver through the center of it to handle it. It's a very simple process. The installation instructions are on the back of the package, but we wanted to show you firsthand what it's like. We tie it around the top of our bamboo stake. I give it a couple of turns, and then I give it a double knot or a triple knot. That means that we tie it 2 or 3 times to secure it, because the actual wind vibration will cause a single knot to come loose. There's a tremendous amount of vibration going on. I'll give this a 3rd knot just to make sure that it stays. Then we take our roll and make sure that it's flat. This is a very important part to keep the line straight and flat. Okay, cut. In our installation, because tying it is a process in itself, we got several twists in the line. If a person has ever hauled anything on a truck with a strap that makes a noise as you go down the road, the cure for that is to twist it, so that reduces the flip and the flop of that line on your truck. Same thing here. We want this line to be extremely flat so that it gets the most harmonic resonance and sound quality between the chambers as possible. It's always good to have a helper with you. This young neighbor boy is 10 years old. He's doing a good job. We're just going to move on down to the second pole and do the installation there. Take the screwdriver. Tension on the line is very important. It needs to be tight, but not too tight, and that's a very subjective thing. We put the line up in place. We've got about a 3 to 5 mile an hour wind now giving us some indication. The line needs to move 4 to 6 inches between the uprights. Then we go around the upright and a second time. If I need to, I can move the line left or right by loosening it on the pole and securing the proper amount of tension. We'll correct the twist in the line so that we're flat. We hand it to our assistant, who puts a screwdriver in it, and walk to the other pole. We're ready for our third pole installation. Again, they're 30 feet apart. You can put them anywhere from 4 to 30 feet apart and have a high degree of confidence that they'll do the job. Again, we keep tension on the line. We don't want to unroll any more than we're going to use right at the side. So we'll go around the upright, keeping the roll flat, around the upright again. I call that a double half hitch. Then I look at the line. The wind is still blowing almost in line. We have a south wind coming 3 to 5 miles an hour. We're installing this north and south in our berries. It looks like I need to tighten that just a little more, so I'll loosen it, pull it to the left, release it, and we're set to go. Need to tie off the line at any point in the installation. All we have to do is cut it and tie it in place around the bamboo stake. We don't want to tie it in between the lines, as that would create a dampening effect on the sound generation. And again, we want to put a double or a triple line knot right here.